That time, that other bidder could probably have been like someone who works for Donraku, who was just doing this to up the price I was gonna get. Ah, damn it. 100,000 yen. Hey, 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 hey. What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Zuka the Flame Prince, and I'm back with another video. First thing you'll notice with this one is that I'm actually still in the same shirt, and that's because it's the same day. I decided, since I'm already foreseeing that I won't record next week because I'll be busy with the Kendrick album, I figured why not just get two videos out the way and then I can release this at a later date. Right. Also, if I can watch the next episode while the previous one is fresh in my mind, I'll be able to not like a lot more details will still be simmering around in my head. Um, the previous episode that actually just ended, I didn't take any notes. Well, I didn't take many notes on that, and already I could tell while recording that my discussion episode, like my discussion portion at the end, is a lot more lackluster, and that when I do it that way. So you'll bear with me. Each video will sort of have a different style because I'm sort of figuring out my formats. I'm still trying to get like a good grip on that. But yeah, couple things that happened last episode that I feel like I didn't actually cover well enough in the recap was after Dobu left Odokawa's taxi and Odokawa was driving to Shirakawa, like when he was speeding, we saw that he actually almost hit someone. And I don't know why I didn't piece this together as I saw it, but the person who he almost crashed into was holding a phone, and on that phone, it said "super rare dodo," which obviously ties back to what I said earlier about if you see my breakdown of the opening, the person who was looking for was catching items falling in the opening. One of those items was the dodo, and my going theory was that that same character is Satoshi Kun, who's the one who's always writing the fan mail, like hating on the Homo sapiens and stuff. So I think that's who they just introduced in the third episode in that short little scene. And also the dodo looks like it's that game Zooden that Baba was also playing on his way to the radio station. Also, with Odokawa, with the Dobu and Odokawa's taxi ride, Dobu said that he didn't want Odokawa telling anyone. And when he left the taxi ride, he also broke the dash cam. So I think that was him giving Odokawa an alibi so that when Odokawa says he doesn't have the footage, and then people be like, why? You said you record everything, for example. They'll look at his camera and see that maybe it's broken. So it'll make his story more believable in that sense. Oh, and we also learned that the missing cat girl, her family withdrew the investigation request that they made because they received word from her, like they got some sort of message from her. So they concluded that it's not a missing person's case and that she just ran away. So I don't know how that. Okay, I don't think that's grounds to for the cops to stop looking for her because her parents still want her. But at least they know she's like, well, it's not like she's missing and might be dead. She's also, if that message is true, she's certainly not the person who was in the body bag. So that's good. When they say that her father, Don-chan, is Dobu's boss's classmate, I don't know if that means they were classmates in high school, like their relationship goes that way back. But if that guy's main like crime syndicate is about getting money out of people, maybe the girl knew that she was in danger because her father has some shady business going on with this Yakuza guy. So she ran away to be safe or something. I'm not sure, but maybe that's what that means. And Yano, the porcupine guy, when Dobu said he's his junior, there's the obvious assumption that I make is that he means his junior as in he's younger than him, but there could also be a hierarchy in this gang that they're in. And I think at the end of the previous episode, I said that Dobu's at the bottom of that totem pole. I don't think that's correct. I think Dobu is just falling from grace in the eyes of his boss. Like Dobu made it seem like Yano says that Dobu just takes petty jobs. So and Dobu is also like a cash collector for this Yakuza guy. But he says for him it's about principle. So I'm thinking maybe he is more selective about the gigs that he takes, whereas Yano, who's still younger than Dobu and like more up and coming, he's probably more ambitious. So any opportunity, he's just trying to get as much cash as he can for the boss man to rise up the ranks and rise above Dobu. I think that's what they meant by junior. So I don't think Dobu is a lower rank. I also just don't get why Dobu doesn't have henchmen, but this guy who's his junior does, right? And then also with the opening, I mean, of Dobu trying to catch Yano in the opening, Dobu is also trying to bring him down in terms of, like he says that he was framed, and the reason Dobu has Odokawa's dashcam evidence is because he's looking for dirt on Yano just so that he can frame him and get him out the way. I don't know if he wants to get him out the way, so I'm guessing he doesn't have any competition as far as being maybe the Yakuza boss's right-hand man or something. The rivalry between the two of them, I don't know what it is they're competing for besides their boss's approval. There was that. And the last thing is that they mentioned that Kakihana used to be, he was like a baseball jock in high school. So that in the grand scheme of things, I don't think that's that important. But I feel like it makes sense if he was someone, like if he used to run a lot like you do in baseball, it makes sense that he had the stamina to run from wherever he was to Arakawa, because I just imagine that's like a whole different city or town from wherever it is he was. So yeah, that was basically all that I had going, stuff that I felt like I left out in my previous recap, and it's also now stuff that's fresh in my mind before we dive into the second episode. Before I do though, don't forget to go ahead and smash that like button, comment, subscribe for more Odd Taxi reactions. But with that out the way, let's just jump right in. Tanaka's Revolution.
仲間がいれば有利だったり、金や時間があれば有利だったり、それじゃまるで現実じゃないか。話はさらに遡るが、小学校3年生の頃、クラス内で消しゴム集めが瞬間的に流行った我々生徒は指導されたのだ。しかし唯一の抜け道があった。それは文房具だった。中でも消しゴムは流通のバラエティが豊富だったので、我々はこぞって消しゴム集めに奔走した。俺を含めた何も持たざる者たちの間で消しゴム集めという。
Okay, so this is Tanaka. So I was certainly wrong about Blue Dodo. I was certainly wrong about him being Satoshi.
消しゴム集めを真剣にやっていたのは2人だけだったと思う。俺と佐藤というやつだ。
Sato might be Satoshi.
親の出張が多い家庭で寂しい思いをしている分、お小遣いをもらっていたし、珍しい消しゴムを一つすでに持っていたからだ。
Dodo. Blue Dodo. Yeah, from the opening.
海外旅行のお土産にもらったものだ。俺は鳥が好きだった。鳥の図鑑を何回も何回も擦り切れるほど読んでいた。
So he's certainly not in high school now if he was already working at a game company. So a lot of my theories that I had were actually very wrong. But
結局グレーのオスのオカメインコを買ってもらった。名前はマルと名付けた。一周回ってこれみたいな顔でただの消しゴムを使ったり、美大では消しゴム
that also makes sense.
みたいなうんちくを垂れ流しながら食パンを使ったりもしたが。
Right, which is the one Shirakawa had and gave to. One of a kind, super rare. So has he spent his whole life looking for this? Ah.
決済の手間などを考えるとクレジットカードがどうしても必要だった。お母さん、デザートある？その時、まるで自分がスーパーハードだったかのような高揚感を覚えた。
Damn.
ライバルがいたのだ。今思えばこんなクソみたいなものだ。俺は入札額の欄に3600円と入力した。そして落札締め切り当日。
3,700. Damn.
ライバルは強気だ。どうしても手に入れるというパッションを感じた。4100円と入力した。
5,000.
時間がない。
5,000. Damn.
まるで冤罪で警察に捕まり。ただいま。
Jesus.
超えてくれ。やつなら超えてくれ。
That time, that other bidder could probably have been like someone who works for Donraku, who was just doing this to up the price I was gonna get. Ah, damn it. 100,000 yen.
おい。ちょっと調べたいことがあって。勝手に触んなっつったら。
Ah, shit.
俺はこれを田中革命と名付けた。
Okay, so this is Tanaka.
それから1週間が経ち。
Oh, he got scammed. Damn.
ノークレームノーリターンという言葉を思い出す。今までいくらでもやりようはあったと思う。しかし当時の俺はノークレームノーリターンという言葉にがんじがらめになり、小学3年生の成長とはそれぐらい早いんだと思う。
No, that's probably his father.
カードの明細を見た父親に引くぐらいボコボコにされた。教師、クラスメイト、佐藤。
We live in a society.
出品者、入札者、俺、国、歴史、文明、政治、神。
It's your fault, bro.
どう考えても100歩譲っても俺が悪いし、敗者がいるとするならば。そんな時、一つのゲーム。
Zooden.
ズーロジカルガーデン、通称ズーデンだ。ドードを持っていたがために参戦した消しゴム集めと、ドードを手に入れるためにプレイしているズーデン。その
Came full circle.
これは必ず手に入れなければならない宿命のようなものを感じた。ふと気になって1位の名前を見た。
Is it Satoshi? The guy who beats him to the bid, or the guy who was outbidding him each time.
11。あの時俺から10万円を騙し取った名前。
Yeah.
そもそも同一人物とも限らないし。しかし
The same name though.
偶然とも思えないこのアルファベットの羅列との再会に運命を感じたのが事実だ。俺は10万円を課金した。
That's a bit extreme.
復讐するとするならばあの日の俺だ。
Oh.
課金額はトータルで500。
Also, I think that guy with the antlers was on the news with Donraku in the first episode. This guy. Oh, it might be related.
飛べないまま絶滅していった鳥。カタルシス、抑圧からの解放、社会認知欲求、同族優越感。割と着飾った言葉を並べてみる。病気だ。ただの病気。
An addiction, yep.
何も言ってねえよ。16年前の自分に。
Okay, and then he finally got the dodo last episode. And then he dropped his phone, or his phone got lost or whatever, when Odokawa sped by. Yeah, that brings us back to present day. Oh, and when we saw him, he was crying like tears of joy, I think. There he is. Yep. He did it. Odokawa comes speeding by. Yep. Ah, man. Did it go in the gutter or did the screen just crack? Don't... Yeah, fuck. That could drive a man insane. Oh, there you go. This is sad, honestly. And this is present day now.
頭が真っ白だった。何も考えられなかった。帰り道も覚えていない。そして運命は残酷なもので、神様は
I was gonna say, not God, Odokawa.
この時にようやく俺の青い炎に火がついたんだと思う。
And had his bread died from neglect because of his
ドドを
addiction?
神様が奪ったのではない。あのタクシーだ。
Yep.
マルも別に誰かが奪ったわけではない。オカメインコの寿命は15年ほど。確かに全うした。
Oh,
それが偶
okay.
然今日だっただけだ。しかし、この忌まわしい巡り合わせを考えると、
And then he's gonna want to bury him and he's gonna find Dobu's gun.
ゲームでは手詰まりかと思われたタイミングで貴重なアイテムを手に入れる。なあ、神様。あんただよ。
God just handed you a revolver.
これが3日前の話だ。
Okay. 3 days in the future now. Taxi kill Maru Dodo. There's the Homo sapien,
人にぶつかったら謝る。これ割と常識。
the warthog one.
ちゃいますの。
Bro,
ちょ待って、ちょ待って兄ちゃん。
just chill, dog.
そんな殺人鬼みたいな顔して。
Damn. He's lost it.
どういう意味？途中まで並走してるつもりやってんけど、俺らハイウェイとサブウェイやった。
Also, okay, so his name is Tanaka for one, but that could have just been Satoshi's surname.
探していたように思う。
I think he would know
それと同時に、
having run into one of the Homo sapiens because he's like seen them live and stuff.
その
So that isn't Satoshi.
手に入れて得られるものは一瞬の快楽だ。だけど今、俺は生を享受している。
The thrill of
心を失った
killing.
瞬間、欲しいものが見つかったからだ。これまでと違って
Now you have something to do with your life.
その後どうしてくれようか。そう考えるだけでワクワクする。
He's gonna try kill Odokawa.
あれから3日歩き続けている。もともと君が確率を追い求めるのには慣れていた。でも今回は違う。予感めいたものが確かにあった。執着を手放せばつかめると言ったが、もう一つ。
10:22. Okay. Wow. So that was episode 4, huh? That was very interesting. I didn't expect to get such a self-contained episode. I'll say that much. But it was very revealing for quite a number of things. Whole time I thought that this guy, first of all, I thought this guy was a kid who was a high school student in the same class as the missing cat girl, Don-chan's daughter. That was wrong because this guy is a grown-ass man and has been an adult for at least 4 years. So, because he was working at a game company, or he probably still worked there until recently. Maybe until Odokawa almost ran him over. He's just been like floating through life since then. So he is not a child, and I was right about the erasers though in my prediction of that, but what that meant for the story. And that he was probably collecting and looking for these erasers. Like 100,000 yen, I don't know how much money that is, but the fact that he bid that amount to get the Donraku eraser and then it didn't show up, so it's like he got scammed out of those racks. I could see, obviously not condoning his father beating him to a pulp, but that's something that is like, you need to be disciplined for that. You spent 100,000 and had nothing to show for it. Even if he had it, I'm sure that still, you can't spend 100,000 on an eraser. I also don't think that he's Satoshi for two obvious reasons. One, his name is Tanaka. Tanaka could be his surname, and then he's like his Satoshi Tanaka. That's a possibility, right? Or Satoshi is now that mole-looking character who they just called Satokun, that he went to high school, that he went to grade school with. Because it's like he shortened his name just to those 4 letters, just Nje. Excuse me. So that might be who Satoshi is. Now I have to just I have to think how this conflict is going to play out. I know he's in like he's crazy right now and his mind is hell bent on killing Odokawa. I wonder if Odokawa having that Donraku eraser will somehow save his life. Like it'll give this guy closure, and then he won't, and then he won't have that murderous intent in him anymore. I'm not too sure, but we saw him go down this rabbit hole, and we see that it was a habit that he's had since childhood with correcting erasers, because the teacher, from the sounds of it, was trying to like standardize everything just so the poor students wouldn't feel so poor, so they could just like focus on their books and all that stuff. He obviously he fell into a trap of wanting to make himself stand out, like I'm guessing to be popular or whatever, because that's what Sato, who was a rich kid, I guess, because his dad freaking bought him a gold eraser. I don't even know how that works, how you have an eraser be shiny, glimmering gold because of the material, but whatever. But yeah, we basically saw that competitive basically devolve into this irrational addiction to like collecting PNGs essentially, and that was very sad to watch. I don't know. I didn't say that much in this episode just because I was trying my best to soak in everything. It was a very unexpected episode, but a welcome one at that. I don't think I enjoyed the episode more than the previous, like episode 3, just because it was obviously focused on just the one character. Also, the other reason why I don't think it's Satoshi-kun is because Satoshi, we know that he's not only listens to the radio station of the Homo sapiens, he's also seen a lot of the is it called N1s or N2, whatever their comedy trials are. I know that he's seen those live. So if this was Satoshi, then he would have recognized this warthog guy because he's a fan and like has seen him multiple times before. So it's also not him. We obviously then saw when he was going to bury Maru, his bird, he found Dobu's gun. And he feels like this is God's doing. He feels like this is happening for a reason at this point. And he really, from the looks of it, he probably feels like he has nothing left to lose. So I don't think he'd even mind going to jail at this point for killing Odokawa. It was just an insane episode. What else could I be missing right now that I may have forgotten? Obviously, we got the backstory on this guy, but I'm trying to think if there's anything I need to keep with me going forward, because that's usually what I use these for, just so I can like remind myself what I was thinking of and like the key bits of information that I may have forgotten in between weeks. It was cool that we got this episode. I don't know. I don't think we'll continue with his story in episode 5. I feel like we have to return to, obviously, Goriki's gone missing. There's the tea date with Kakihana and Shio. Taichi, we also haven't seen Taichi in 2 episodes now. Man, this is crazy. So many people are actually looking for Odokawa if you think about it. And I'm guessing that's probably how the show is meant to be. That's like the point of him being the main character. He's like the nexus of so many different people's lives. There's literally a bounty on his head because he recklessly sped by someone and he almost hit him with a car. Which, yes, that was very irresponsible on Odokawa's part. I don't think that was very good driving etiquette for someone who's been a taxi driver for however long he has. I don't think he deserves to die because of it, though. So that's the only reason why I'm not on board entirely with Tanaka's revolution. I don't think his domestic life is important. Like, I don't think his brother matters, aside from to his story, or his father as well. So the only other question that I have now, I think, is who is Ditch 11? Like, it's possible that they're the person who was advertising the Donraku eraser. Oh, actually, I don't know. Actually, no. Let me not insult child Tanaka's intelligence. Maybe that was an official site. But if it was, because Donraku's famous, like, people are... if it was official, I think there'd be more than one bidder for his eraser. But Ditch is the person who was basically outbidding him each time. Even if Tanaka said 10,000 yen for this eraser, the person on the other end may have just upped it by 1,000 just to see how far this guy is willing to go, you know. But once he got Tanaka to panic and hit that extra zero, make it 100,000, he knew that he won and was like, okay, fine, he can have it. And then also, even after that, I call him a scammer because he still didn't get the eraser. So that's another thing that makes me think it wasn't official, you know. That was it for my episode 4 reaction. That was my review and recap for episode 4. You can let me know in the comment section what you thought of this episode. Otherwise, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.